Yes, guys, this is boy Cam, CTB, Cam Talks Boxing. What a weekend of boxing. Some great fights, some interesting things to talk about. Teofimo Lopez beat Sandor Martin by split decision. Somewhat controversial. I honestly need to rewatch it again. I fell asleep on the last 2 rounds. A lot of people thought Teofimo lost. He's not looking the same. Is he declining? Are we seeing the decline of Teofimo Lopez? Let's discuss. Yes, guys, let's go straight into it. Teofimo Lopez was not impressive. I'm a huge Teofimo Lopez fan. Look, I don't have a poster of him up here, but honestly, I'm not afraid to say, and I'm not ashamed to say, he is one of my favourite fighters, you know. And as such a big fan of him, an advocate for him, and just, you know, I have to be honest, and I was just super frustrated with his performance. He looked poor. He's nowhere near that level he was at 135 prior to the Lomachenko fight. And something's just happened to him now. Look, I think it's a lot of this. There's a couple of points, you know. He just looked so basic against Sandor Martin. He wasn't mixing up his offense. He was struggling to kind of develop any combinations in offense. Really, he was just, to me, just okay. Look, it was a bad matchup for him stylistically, but he just wasn't mixing it up. He wasn't using his jab much at all. And he was just trying to load up with the right hand, whether that was to the body or head. It was just very repetitive. He seemed like he wasn't cutting off the ring as well as he could. And just so disappointed, Look, it's good he got the win. I need to rewatch the fight. Sandor Martin didn't really help. I mean, even the knockdowns were so disappointing. Like, this guy, like, where's his chin gone? What the hell? I'm just expressing my frustrations right now. Like, what's he doing getting dropped twice? But look, let's talk about it. Look, number one, the first factor is his personal issues. A lot has been going on in his personal life, and it's not for me to talk about that. But it seems like he has a lot of demons inside his head. His mental health doesn't seem. He seems like he is having a lot of mental health issues, and I hope he gets better, you know. I hope he gets better mentally, and because I'm rooting for him, you know. I'm a huge fan of him. And then I think the training issues. I think that's another issue, you know. That's another point to make. I'm not saying he should completely get rid of his father, but I think his father needs to take a step back, and I think he needs that new piece in the team, you know. He needs that new trainer, he needs that new voice, he's stagnated, you know, he's declining, he's plateauing, he needs that. He's still young, he's only 25, he was in the pound for pound list last year, and he was on top of the world. He beat the pound for pound best fighter in the world in 2020, and so he's like a 5-time world champion, and so he's got a big future ahead of him if he can get his mind right. A lot of people are even saying he should retire, because when you question yourself, which he did in the ring post-fight, he's asking if he's still got it. That's really worrying, you know. There's signs of depression's there, but I think he needs to add someone to the team, whether that's a Eddie Reynoso, a Robert Garcia. He just needs to, you know, develop, like AJ's saying he's doing now. Teofimo's 25, he's got all the time in the world. He needs to develop. I think he just needs to add that piece. And then obviously Gamacho, I can't remember his first name, but Gamacho, I think he left the team last year or after the Loma fight, and obviously that could be a key problem as well as to why he hasn't looked as good. But I think I'll be honest, I was wrong. I thought he was going to put a statement out. I thought he would be ready for. Even then, I said he needs one more fight before fighting the likes of Prograis, Catchall, Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez. But I think he needs to kind of be careful now. Maybe fight another top 15 fighter early next year, and have a couple just rebuild before, you know, because he's young. As I said, he's got all the time in the world. He doesn't need to rush in this division, and just see where his head's at. But look, I really hope Teofimo Lopez can revive his career, get back on top, and become what I think he can, a multi-weight world champion, you know. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. He's a lot of people rooting for telling him to retire. They're saying he's a one-hit wonder, which is a bit, I don't see how that is, because his resume at 135 was pretty solid. He was world champion before the Loma fight, so if they're referring to a one-hit wonder for the Loma fight, I mean, he was world champion against Comey, so he's a two-time world. He won world titles. He's like a 5-6-time world champion anyway. So I don't think he's a one-hit wonder, but I do think quite possibly it got to his head. You know, I think when he beat Loma, which would kind of happen, you're beating the best fighter in the world. You think you're unstoppable. You know, there's no room for improvement. But that he was very wrong about that. He still needed to develop. So hopefully he can develop. Hopefully he can find that new trainer. Hopefully the main thing is mentally he gets to a better place. And guys, yeah, if you can subscribe, share, that will be much appreciated. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll be back with another video.
Talking numbers on the phone while I'm getting brains. Switch 4 lanes, I'm in my own lane. You can catch me